Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we have some more bullish news for Zebec Network as this company continues to build out in the crypto space. So we're going to dive into it in this video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So on the day for Zebec Network, we are down 5.42%. So we're sitting at 0.0048 and some change. Now, the cool thing about it is we know that this project has the potential to run. We got on May 29th, we got as high as 0.007. So we got as high as that. We had some pullbacks down to 0.006. And then over here, it's been kind of a constant since June 3rd, a constant go between 0.004 and 0.005. And here, boom, we popped up to 0047, and then over here 0054. So right now we're just been kind of consolidating right here. Then we pull back down to where we are today. Now, can we potentially get back up to that 007 mark? I believe so. As we get deeper into June and July, and again, I'm just looking at the data and the numbers, everything is lining up the way it should be. Now, the volume was a little bit down over the last 24 hours, 56.32 million. So we want to get that volume back up. Is there still interest in this project? It definitely is showing that because if you look here, moving average is still a strong buy. Sentiment they have is a neutral hold. I'm not sure if I agree too much with that, but it is what it is. Like, to me, just looking at other factors like how bullish everybody is on X and just the various videos coming out about Zebec Network, there's definitely value in this project. So moving average crossover bullish. And if we go over here, this is what I think is pretty cool. I like this indicator here. Over the last 30 days, 19 days have been green days. So way more green than pullback days, and I'm sure this is probably beating the market. It has to be because at certain times ZBCN is going up and the market is going down, and that drew a lot of attention. Attention is everything. Green candles is everything. People saw the green candles and they came over. So it's just a matter of continuing that momentum. Can this project get to 1 cent? I believe that would be a short-term goal for this project is to get to 1 cent during this bull run. What would be like kind of icing on the cake if we could get to 10 cents? And anything above that would be, again, it would be even better for this project. But again, you need to have a profit taking strategy on the way up, figure out when you want to take profits. So definitely recommend that you do that. But yeah, so this is all cool. And again, like I said, 19 out of 30 days are green days. That is definitely bullish in my opinion. And if we go over here to X, I found this kind of interesting put out by Zebec Network. It says Zebec's growth continues to accelerate. Our May 2025 report shows strong traction across payroll and card volumes with partial data posts. Science card acquisition now beginning to flow in. Expect even stronger numbers in the months ahead as full integration takes hold. Yeah, so look at this. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Looking at this information here. So as you can see, there's the payroll. So payroll volume, monthly volume, and then employees served, enterprise clients. So these numbers, my understanding is they're continuing to grow and increase. But look at this payroll volume, 20.5 million, and I'm sure that'll continue to grow, and then 41 million monthly payroll volume. So this is talking about the clients that they serve. And then these are the total number of employees served globally who are receiving these payroll benefits, and 227 clients. And this is interesting with the black and silver card and carbon cards. Over the last 4 weeks, here's the volume with those cards, 48.5 million. So that means people are using it, and it's up 75%. 11,079 cards have been issued. So that's 16%, and 97 countries. Yeah, so this is another factor in any fees that they get from these cards here. They use that to buy back and burn the supply. Now, I would like to see some of that on chain just for verification. Trust not verified, but I would definitely like to see them. They do the announcement where they say they've bought back some of the supply, but I like to kind of see that on chain in some of their post updates. So that's all bullish. So that's a bullish announcement. And then here, there are going to be more and more partnerships like this, whereas more and more crypto communities will have access to their own crypto. So it looks like Zeus has now been added to the Zebec card. Yeah, so more and more, that's what it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna grow. So imagine having, I'm just throwing something out there, maybe dog with hat being added to one of these cards. More and more currencies are going to be added, cryptocurrencies are going to be added to these cards, which means you can spend any way you want with these Zebec cards. So I'm sure more announcements to be mentioned. And then, like it says here, card volume up 75%. Why is this good? You ask. And this is by Captain Jack. Zebec Network implements a buyback program for its ZBCN token using revenue generated from its Zebec cards and other services to purchase and remove ZBCN from circulation. So again, I would like to see some of that more on chain, the team, being transparent and showing that information as opposed to just posting it on X. That's just my personal opinion. And then it says here, this buyback program aims to reduce the total supply and increase its scarcity, potentially boosting its value. Yeah, so we definitely want to see the volume continue to uh, continue to grow, and we want to see the price continue to increase. And then this is also providing scarcity of the token, which will make it more valuable in the long run. But that is a great post by Captain Jack there. And then again, shouts out to the ZBCN community as people continue to bull post and putting the awareness out there, which I like to see. And then this here was posted yesterday, and it says cameras rolling at Zebec London. So something's going on in Zebec London. I don't know if this is going to be some sort of announcement or some sort of big move, but look, it says interviews and meetings around our next big move. Stay tuned. The ties are only getting stronger. Yeah, so the more partnerships, the more collaborations across crypto, it's just going to bring even more communities into the Zebec network and vice versa. And more eyes are going to be on this project because people are looking for a project in which there's massive growth and there's massive potential for gains. This is below a penny. So imagine getting a nice supply below a penny and the price goes up to 1 cent, goes up to 10 cents. In the future, potentially touching a dollar. These are great opportunities, whereas projects that are already in the billions and billions and billions, those have less to run. So we're looking for projects that have huge upside and huge gains, and this is what ZBCN represents to me. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the announcement is. The one thing I do like about this leadership team is there's always an update. They're always constantly communicating and letting us know what's going on. And here, this was a great post here by Midas Gold. Basically says something to think about. Can ZBCN reach a 15 billion market cap by 2026? Now, again, that's not too far off. At 0.0052 today, that's a potential 28,746 percent climb to $1.50 per token. Global payroll adoption, Japan, check. Real world asset expansion, science card, check. Major exchange listings, Coinbase custody, institutional backing, uphold. Utility and staking mechanisms. Our AI estimates the odds at 81%. So I like this. This is something else to kind of think about how they're expanding out with doing acquisitions, potentially getting listed on Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, Kraken, and any of the major exchanges. Because the more major exchanges that they get listed on, that even brings more volume to this and makes it even more easily accessible to get ZBCN. But yeah, this is a cool graphic, kind of showing the potential of all worlds kind of colliding for ZBCN as payroll integration continues to skyrocket, real world expansion, exchange listings, institutional adoptions. The sky is the limit as long as the leadership team continues to communicate, continues to execute, and continues to kind of be a leader. And one of the good things that I've seen about this, and somebody has said about ZBCN, is they see it as the XRP of Solana. Solana is like one of the most bullish chains from a volume perspective. Solana is cranking out more volume than all these other chains and has less fees. So that's something to consider. Intense volume already on Solana. ZBCN is on Solana. Some of those profits rotating from other projects into ZBCN as somebody's looking for a more stable project that could grow. This could definitely be massive in my opinion. So I want to thank you for listening to this video and thanks for stopping by.